I wonder if Sheepman can put your enemies to sleep. That seems to sort of be the visual indicator from that attack, right? Did that do 2 damage? That didn't do 2 damage, did it? I'm gonna have to play that back while I'm editing. Oh no, that did 2 damage. I'm sorry? Why do I constantly feel like I am always weaker than every single enemy that I fight? Why does leveling up not make you feel like you're any stronger? Why does it make you still feel like a weak, pathetic piece of shit if you level up? I'm level 20. I don't know what the scaling is. I don't know what level I should be by this point, but I feel like level 20 is pretty fucking reasonable. Considering there's limited enemy encounters, I feel like I'm at a point that I should be at. Right? Am I fucking crazy? Am I being unreasonable? I don't think I am. Like, do I have to go and fuck off and do grinding? So I would really rather not, because that means engaging exclusively with the game's shitty combat. And I would rather not do that. Are we done here yet? This is excruciatingly long. What is the point of these? Nothing. I believe I have this. Yeah, I do. I do. I think this is the ghost girl that we were hearing about. Yeah. So, real quick. I want to mention there is apparently a reference to this whole thing in World of Horror, which is unfortunate because World of Horror is an infinitely better game. And I definitely get the impression that they felt obligated to put a reference to Y2K because they have the same publisher. There is another game that also has that, but we'll get there when we get there because they have cooperative references and cameos, and it's bad. It's very unfortunate that Y2K insists not only on being bad, but dragging better games down with it. Why is none of this voiced? I don't want to read that. Hey, you guys can read, right? I think I said that in the Wheels of Aurelia video. Like, you guys can read, right? You're good? Why? Hello, Ghost. Uh-huh. Yes. I mean... Wait. Is the ghost fucking singing Wonderwall? I hate that. That's not funny. That's not like... That's not a good joke. That's a bad joke. It's not funny. Oh, Bummer. Shane G. Irving. So we should probably take the mixtape, right? Yeah. I need to find Shane G. Irving, I guess. Yeah. But... She literally just said that if he would listen to the mixtape, she would be at peace. So we're gonna try to find Shane G. Irving. What? Like, why does everything have to be about Sammy? A girl died. Hello? Wait, is that a... Wait. That's supposed to be... Oh, that can't be a reference to World of Horror. This came out, like, well before... World of Horror was a thing. But, like... It looks similar to the art style. I don't know. That's just a spooky ghost guy, I guess. There for some reason. And if I'm being honest, considering the other cameo that's in this game, I feel like if there was a World of Horror cameo, it'd be way more obvious and intrusive. My favorite thing is that, like, okay, so I'll just get ahead of it right now. The game that Y2K has a cameo for is Valhalla. You know, that cyberpunk bartending game. And its cameo is the main character of that game, Jill Stingray, appears in this game at some point. We'll get there incredibly soon, actually. And I do think it's a cameo that you have to interact with. But my favorite part is that there is a Y2K reference in Valhalla that you do not have to interact with. It's in a very minor part of the game. It's in, like, your house decoration sort of thing. That doesn't matter. You don't need to interact with it. It's so good. It's my favorite part of that whole cameo thing. Is like, Y2K obviously holds their peers in such high regard, and then their peers don't. It's incredibly funny. I love that a lot. It gets a minor, insignificant cameo, and then Y2K's like, no, we'll just put your fucking main character in our game and force people to interact with them. That's the most we can do. Oh, it's so good. Oh, this scene sucks.
See you. How you been? Hey guys. Wow. Did you get even more muscular, Claudio? And Chandra, did you get even more beautiful? Always changing for the better, you two. I brought my friends Alex, Michael, and Rory with me. They wanted to check out your record collection.
I'm gonna talk through this scene as little as possible because I want you guys to suffer with me.
And Chandra are always friends of mine. Please, have a seat. I'll make some tea.
So here we go. I'll be completely silent
So my new friends here
until the end of this scene.
Elusive record they can't seem to track down.
We've been looking for it for a while. We've been to literally like 10 record shops. Claudio says you've got quite the collection.
I do indeed. So what sort of music interests young people these days? Hair metal, power metal, speed metal, metallic metal, pop punk thrash metal?
I mean, I'm not really into metal. I mean, it's cool.
That's more of Bella's thing, I think. The eyeliner choking.
Who is this enchanting young woman? Is she here as well?
No, she isn't here. She threw a hissy fit when she
Okay,
found out we were looking
I can't be quiet. What? Alex, hey, bud? Hey, bud? Are we just like neglecting the fact that you were a fucking asshole to her? And that there's literally no reason that she should come with you or be friends with you because you're fucking... Like... You acknowledged this. I am so mad at you. Any amount of character growth that Alex could have is completely fucking negated. That's a fucking bad game point. God damn.
Hissy fit? Do people even say that?
I don't believe they do. So, what sort of music are you into, Alex?
Oh, usually down-tempo stuff with trumpets, acoustic guitars, bells, toy pianos, and female vocalists singing sexually ambiguous lyrics.
I like how the audio mixing is so bad that you can only half hear the characters over the music.
I don't think I have anything like that. Perhaps you noticed my collection of guitars?
Yeah, I think I saw it on the way in. You play?
I do.
Mark here made his fortune playing music. Well, before he became a world traveler. Mark sponsored the Bring Him Home concert for my cousin who fought in the Gulf War.
That was long before you could even walk. Hell, I was a kid then.
The power of metal unites all. You see, heavy metal is the oral manifestation of all things good and powerful in the world. It contains the perfect positive energies to dispel hate, racism, sexism, poverty. With the power of the metal gods channeling through my guitar strings, I was able to bring peace and prosperity to the Middle East.
Well, he got our cousin home.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I brought peace to one family whose son had been taken captive. It's a harrowing tale filled with adventure and intrigue.
Yeah, I don't know if we really have time for that. And besides, like I said, I'm not really all that into metal. With all the bad fashions and teased hair, it's also 80s. This is the 90s. We're moving forward. Our music is about things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that you don't mean to imply that heavy metal can't be about things. Clearly, you've never heard the soaring scream of the guitar paired in perfect counterpoint to an orchestra, accompanied by the sound of a trillion angels.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Shut up.
You, my dear boy, must listen to my greatest hit. Murder Run and Melancholia Reigns Unbroken.
It's a lot less depressing than it sounds. All of Mark's music is like that. He has albums and albums filled with skeletons and decaying corpses. But somehow he manages to make music that speaks to the soul. Like Scene of Decay, The Stoned, Part 9. The first few songs of that album are really beautiful, Alex. Disfigured by Eliga's on High Altar of Honor. That is my personal favorite. I used to hula hoop to it all the time.
One of Mark's tracks were featured in some pretty great animes. Dragon of Thy Delusion and Powered by Delirium were featured in my second favorite anime, Panic Control.
Yeah, okay, enough about this topic.
Please.
Can you tell me about this tea?
No!
This here is something I only bring out when friends are over. It's called Dahang Pao. It's a world-famous tea, exceptionally rare and difficult to come by. The bushes that produce this tea are reportedly over 1,000 years old. Make sure you don't spill a drop. This is very special tea.
Where did you get this? It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing, right? Can't explain to you in detail how all these circumstances are related. It would be a very long and very complicated story. And I mean no disrespect to you when I say this. It would be virtually impossible for you, at this stage, young man, to understand. Now, you are, of course, in no way responsible for this, but I'll do my best to explain the circumstances by which I came to possess this rare leaf.
Because we have time for that.
In my youth, I was something of a traveler. I lived for journeying and discovery. I had a partner, a very good man, who who became ill in his mid-30s. At the time, I considered myself to be very worldly. I lived for the dirt under my feet, but I also did not believe in the supernatural in any form. Alas, my partner came down with a severe stomach cancer that began to claim his life. He was a spiritual man, one might say, and he believed in miracles. His faith and his failing body led to the ending of our friendship. He left for India, and I stayed back in Arizona, where I'd built a life for myself in between trips. He was gone for many weeks when I received a letter from him. The letter was scribbled in the handwriting of a dying man. It featured coordinates that, upon further inspection in an atlas, proved to be in the mountains of India. So, I began my journey. After many days of travel, I arrived at the summit of Mount Kangchenjunga. I paid a local village boy to guide me to the location. At the top, I found my friend. My friend who only a few weeks ago had been on the brink of death, had been cured through the power of water. The water boiled in the particular style of pots created by the Dharabeta yogis is said to have amazing healing powers. Now, when my friend had regained his strength tenfold, I was in shock. I longed to take a sample of this drink back to an American laboratory where it would be tested and ultimately turned into a cure. But I was told that the last bush bearing the tea had burned up in a forest fire. Naturally, I demanded proof. There was no evidence that any such fire ever occurred. Angered, furious, on the point of striking the yogis, my friend had to take me away. Together, we explored the mountainside for the remainder of the week. Now, despite my anger that they would not let me test the tea, everything had been incredibly happy. In India, I've always felt an incredible glow of joy. On our last day, before we were to return, the earth gave out beneath my feet, and I was stuck. Soon a storm came. The storm was so bad, I feared it would wipe away the mountain, and I'd be stuck in a landslide. This is where things became interesting.
Oh, finally.
My friend was able to break away at the rocks binding my feet with his bare hands. He had expelled the disease from his body and achieved a new strength. I believe I would have died on that mountain had it not been for him. I hold true to the fact that he survived his cancer so he could save me.
A very narcissistic way of thinking about it. Sure.
When we returned, the yogi hermit had left his camp, but he left behind the pot he created to cure my friend's cancer and a container of this tea.
Wow.
So that story means absolutely nothing, and it's not relevant at all.
Really, this is an amazing cup of tea.
This whole thing is, in all sincerity, a waste of fucking time.
Yeah. You know, it's valued at $3,000 an ounce. So, what did you kids come for?
Yeah,
How can I
we
help?
got sidetracked with a bunch of pointless bullshit.
Oh, my friend Alex here is looking for a record. It's called Mystical Ultima LP Legend.
That name. It sounds so familiar. How did you find out about this mystical LP?
I found the jacket. Here, I have it with me.
Ah, yes. The Mystical Ultima LP Legend by Vela Wild.
Did you say Vela Wild?
Yeah. But didn't you know this already? It's on the cover. Did you even read it?
So this whole thing was pointless because Alex didn't read the jacket. So everything we did to find the record was a waste of fucking time.
Suddenly, everything made sense. Well, at least a little bit of sense. Bella, the guitar, her ability to fight with sound. Clearly, she was the musician, the creator of this record. How stupid I had been. I told her about the record, and she must have assumed I read the title closely. Vela Wild. Probably a stage name.
Why would you assume that?
Did I say something wrong, you kind of stopped talking for a while and looked all deep in thought.
Yeah, he does that.
I just realized something.
Yeah, the mind is like that. You keep many things hidden away, and they come out when they're the most needed.
That's not really relevant to the specific circumstance, but sure.
Did you ever consider that this record might be locked away inside your mind? Or maybe inside the mind of this wild character.
Damn. So you don't have it?
No, how could I? It hasn't come out yet.
Pardon?
Check the date on the back of it. See the sticker? Do not sell until January 1st, 2000.
Hey, I'm Alex, I'm 27, and I never learned how to fucking read.
Since I'm not a time traveler, well, at least in this life, I couldn't possibly have this record. You kids should pay closer attention to your record jackets. They have lots of useful information on them.
Yeah, no shit.
I know where to find this record now.
What? You do? How?
I'll explain some stuff when we get outside.
You don't have to. That's fine. It's okay.